Nauvoo, Illinois, where I live, is a town that is very much impacted by Mormon history. So this is the last place where the LDS Mormons lived before they headed out to Utah back in the 1840s. And the house in which I live was built by one of Joseph Smith's followers, a fellow by the name of Parley Pratt. So as the Mormons were leaving for Utah, the Catholic Church bought this house from Parley and his family, and it served as our first church and rectory. And then it served as a convent for a group of Benedictine sisters that were here. Well, then the sisters lost the house to the bank, and so then the church bought the house back and then sold it to the sisters again. And then when the sisters left Nauvoo in the early 2000s, we bought the house back from them. And along the way, this house has gone through a whole bunch of different changes. Stylistic, on the outside, the brick used to be red, and now it's tan, and now it's got a tile roof, and I think it used to be something before. The room in which I'm standing, which has this wonderful poster of Chuck Norris on the wall behind me. At one point, it was a large room, and then it was subdivided, and then it became a large room again. And so it's all sorts of changes have happened in this house. And I think on some level, it's kind of like our lives as human beings. We go through all sorts of changes, some of them big. Sometimes along the way, we'll make changes, and then we'll realize that the change wasn't so great, and so we'll change things back. And sometimes the circumstances around us just kind of force us to make changes. And I guess all this to say, I wanna offer you this house as a little bit of an icon for our lives as human beings. We go through a lot of changes, like this house, and in the middle of it all, I think it's important for us to just recognize that it's a part of life, sometimes a very difficult part of life, but kind of a natural way of just how things go. And so as these natural things go, one of the things that we want to do is just invite the Lord's grace and presence into our lives so that we can see the why for the changes that we have. Lord, why have you brought about the change that's going on in my life? What are you trying to teach me? How do you want me to serve you and the people around me better? This house has served all sorts of people along the way, and in the middle of all of its changes, it did different things. Sometimes housing a family, sometimes religious sisters. There was a general store here, and many things for the good, and same thing with our lives. So as you go through the changes that you go through, there might be some sadness, but also ask the Lord what there is to hope for, and with the change that's coming up or the change you're experiencing, where He's present in it all. You all take care.